Hello, my dear and lovely Capricorns. This is your horoscope for August 2024, and August seems like will be financial to you. All about finances. Your mind will switch into your money matters and what you value in life. And also a little bit of a travel might happen there. Now, August, we have Mercury retrograde also. Mercury is the planet of communication and signing contracts. We needed to be sharp to sign important papers, to do plastic surgeries, to buy expensive things, especially related to technology like phones, computers, or kitchen appliances, anything of that sort. Something expensive, we always need Mercury sharp. But in this case, we have Mercury slowing down, moving backwards, meaning retrograding in astrology speaking, and it will happen for whole August. So until end of August, better not to do all those things. And I have a whole separate video about Mercury retrograde on my channel. Go find it, and I gave there a lot of tips of what to do and what not advisable to do during Mercury retrograde, so that you will better navigate this August month. And August in general will be a bit of a bumpy month, a bit of a challenging one, but I would like to say from the beginning, stay positive. Make your vibrations higher. Higher vibrations are the positive experience and people we attract in our life. So stay positive and on a brighter side, because August we will need all our strength, because we have one of the challenging full moons there. But step by step we will get to that full moon. Let's start from the beginning of August. On 2nd of August we have Venus, planet of love and beauty, in your financial house, house of other people's money, and Uranus, planet of surprises, arguing there, making disagreement. Uranus will be situated in your house of true love, in your dating house, in your house of romance, and in your business house and kids. Fifth house is that big, and it all includes those things. Now, for some of you, it might be related, in any case, it might be related to money matters. It seems like either it's about your kids, financing their education, or them, or whatever related to your kids if you have them, or if you don't have them, and if you're on a fertility journey, it might be again here about financing that journey, especially if you are on a non-traditional way, let's say of IVF or adopting, let's say adoption. All these things need funding, of course, and there might be in the beginning of August there is some sort of concern about that. And for some of you, it might be actually about conceiving the baby. All those things might pose a bit of a concern and worry from your side. It's okay, my dear Capricorns. Don't pay attention to this, because you will have time to pay attention to that by the end of August. Now, these two planets argument also might indicate for business owners. If you say that everything is fine with my kids, or I don't want kids for now and it's not related to my kids, it might be about your business. A lot of Capricorns are business owners, and it might be about funding to your business. There might be some concern about the financial situation of your business and investments that you want to attract into your business. Or for some of you, it might be about love situation, because Uranus is transiting your dating house since 2018, giving all sorts of transformation, all sorts of partners, to experience, and finally to assess, the qualities that you really want to attract in your partner, in your future partner, let's say. Now, Uranus is in your 5th house, and it's a house of dating, it's a house of romance, and it's a house of flirting. If you've been dating like a person recently, and I'm not speaking to those who are in committed relationships like married or long-term partners, it's exactly for those Capricorns who are dating. And here it seems like, again, some sort of a argument over money, over family, like let's say future family budget, or over who should pay what. This kind of sort of small kind of disagreement might happen in the beginning of August between you and your dating person. And in either case, it somehow involves, there is involvement of money there. Now, for focus, we have new moon. New moons are all about new beginnings and about a new story. And this new moon is sugar sweet one, which is happening in your financial house, eighth house. Eighth house is the house of shared money, money with your husband, let's say, that you share with your husband or wife, money that comes to you from other places, like government. If you're a student, then it's about your scholarship. If you are a researcher, it's about funding your research, from those institutional funds, let's say. Or if you are a real estate owner, a business owner, then it's about bank loans, Now, all the money that comes to you from other places, sources, in new moon is exactly happening there at 12 degrees, meaning those of you who are born around 2nd of January will be affected the most. Plus or minus 5 days. And this new moon will be double dip for you, my dear Caps, those who are born in the beginning of January. Now, new moon will be supported by happy lucky planet, Jupiter, and together with Mars. They will hand in hand together will support that new moon from your house of work, from your house of daily activities, from your house of health and well-being. Seems like you are attracting some sort of investments. If that's your case, then it might be that your work will allow you to invest into something new, maybe into some shares like coins, maybe bonds, or it might be even real estate. Like you might become an investor and your work will allow it to invest, and you might be very happy because at the later stage you will get great returns because of this new moon, positive new moon happening in your house of investments. Now, for some of you, it might be also about bank loans. Because of your work situation, you might get approved your bank loan. If your situation that let's say you're buying a house or buying a car or in the process of applying for a loan, then bank might grant it because you have a good job, or either case, they will be happy to see that you have an earning, like let's say income, some earning source, somewhere, and your job will come in handy actually here. Now, for some of you, it might be about inheritance. And let's say maybe your family, it doesn't necessarily mean someone passed away, It just means that someone from your family might already assign you as an inheritant of the properties, and you might be dealing and being happy all around that too, because Mars is a natural ruler of your family and Jupiter is a natural ruler of your past. And it seems like whatever your family has in past, or like real estate, whatever is that, seems like they all be supporting to appoint you as an inheritant, let's say. So for some of you, it might be a celebrator, a new moon, my dear Capricorns. And for some of you, it might be totally about health related. Eighth house is about health. And Jupiter and Mars that are supporting that new moon from the sixth house. Sixth house is also about well-being. Now, those two houses are exactly about health. For most of you, it might be about your well-being, and something here is starting. Maybe it's a new regime, like you are now on the proper way going to gym, let's say. We'll start going to gym, incorporating physical activity in your life. Sort of new lifestyle might happen here, and Mars will give you that desire to be on a healthy and positive side, like of your well-being, and to love sport and gym, actually. And Jupiter is expanding your desire to a healthy life, actually. And eighth house here is also, usually eighth house is, critical situation house. Like, for example, surgeries, like crisis house. But new moon here is so positive that whatever is happening there related to your health, whether it's a surgery, planned or unplanned, no worries there, because your surgery will go well, my dear Capricorns. It will have positive results. Do not worry around those things if your situation is related to surgery, my dear Capricorns. And if you need money, let's say for surgery, for medical bills, like cover them, then your work seems like will be willing to grant it, even to maybe take a loan or give you as a complimentary, and wishing you are healthy well-being, let's say. They might give you gifted actually the money to cover your bills. This might be the possibility, and especially for those of you who are on a conception journey, because 8th house is the conception journey. This new moon is an amazing one. It might be the indication you might conceive. You might hear the news that you're pregnant, and congratulations on that. If that's your case, please leave a comment. If that is really your case, let me be happy for you. I'm always happy for my clients. And it might be the time when you will have a successful, let's say, procedure, especially those of you who are doing it through non-traditional ways like IVS or adoptions, like those kind of things, and it might be the special new moon for you, my dear Capricorns. Now let's move to the next day after new moon, 5th of August. We have Venus, planet of love and beauty, moving into your 9th house. It's the amazing time actually for travel. If you happen to be traveling around beginning of August, you will love the situation. Like, you will love the travel destination, you will love your hotel, you will love the experience of that travel. Venus will make sure, will see to it that you will have great experience during your trip. And at the same time, on 5th of August, we have Mercury going retrograde until 28th of August. Now, Mercury will retrograde in your 9th house, the same house where Venus moved. So it might indicate that you will, visit the place that you've been before and that you love already. And you might fall in love all over again, with that destination and your experience. It might indicate that you will visit the same country, the same city, or at least same setting, the same kind of place. And it might also indicate some sort of contact from your previous circle of friends and surrounding, and especially from your institutions. If you are a student, then it might be the time you will hear back from your universities, your colleges, about some stuff, like about documents or about applications. All these things might be the case. And if you are in the process of immigration, like not only travel but immigrating somewhere, relocating somewhere, and that's why you are in the process of applying for citizenship, for visa, residence permits, then Mercury here might give you sort of a bit of a work, like those governmental institutions. They might ask for you for additional documents, or reissuing those documents, let's say some documents for your application, so that they will see through it, and you might be going back and forth with all those citizenship related kind of errands. Now Mercury, when it will move backwards, will cross into your 8th house, and 8th house is financial house, and here this will happen after 15th of August. So first half, if you are busy with all these documents related to immigration, depends on your situation in your life, or legal affairs, then second half of August you will be busy, or first half of August you will be visiting some places, second half of August might be all about your finances. Let's say you might be reinvesting to the same coins, shares, and bonds, or you might be actually receiving some returns from your investments, from your past investments. Or also Mercury in your 8th house. 8th house is a mystical house. It's a psychology house, like esoterics, like astrology, tarot, all these things, numerology. You might get interested in these things, and you might read again, let's say, deeply got interested into spirituality things by second half of August. Also, it's a tax house. Now, 8th house is all about money. It's about banks money, loans, or government money, like taxes. Now, it might be the time you will need to resubmit some things, around your taxes. You might need or submit additional documents, because they might be contacting you about your tax return and all those things. It depends on your situation, my dear Capricorns. And also you might hear from your doctor around second half of August about procedures that you've done before, health related procedures, health wise. Now let's move to the second half of August, which is a bit of a challenging one, a bit bumpy one, but have faith and stay positive. Now 19th of August, we have full moon in your house of income, earning house. This is the house where we earn money, and also second house is the house of our values, what we value in life, and our self-worth. All these things are related. That's why they are in astrology in your second house. How much you, let's say, respect yourself, love yourself, that's how much you earn money. Do you agree with this statement? Please write in the comments. I'm 100% agree with this. And that's why self-worth and self-value and the priorities, what you value in life, is in second house. It's not only about finances, it's about not material things that we value too here. Now, full moon is happening in the second house at 27 degrees. Specifically, this full moon will be talking to those who were born 16th of January, plus or minus 5 days, by the end of the Capricorn season. Let's say you guys will be under direct scrutiny of this full moon. And full moon will be met by harsh angle from Uranus. And Uranus is the planet of surprises and electricity. It's a shocking planet. And you never know what this planet might bring into your life. That's why it's a planet of surprises. And that planet will be situated in your house of true love, in your dating house, fifth house. As I said in the beginning, fifth house is the house where we create things. That's why our kids are here, because we create them and they bring joy. Because that's why in astrology, fifth house is also called house of joy. We create business and we get receive joy, we enjoy it. Also, business is in the fifth house. And also, when we fall in love, when we dating, when we flirting, we enjoy it a lot. We are happiest, we are joyful. That's why it's in the fifth house. Now, Uranus is exactly in this house, and full moons, usually they are about culminations. They bring some sort of conclusion to some situation that is already there in your life, unfolding. Nothing new about that, about full moons. Or another functionality of full moon, to put attention, to put big light into someone or some situation in your life that you're not noticing or you're just ignoring. But that situation will reach the climax and will need your immediate action. Now, full moon, as I said, will be, in a harsh angle with Uranus in your second house of earnings. So this might be the time for some of you guys to finish your current work. You might quit your job around this full moon. You might leave your job, and in some cases you might be joyful actually about that. It's not like the harsh angle doesn't sometimes mean something bad. Sometimes it's an opportunity angle. So it means some of you guys might be happy that you finished and you're quitting your job. But for some of you, of course, it might be a challenging time when, let's say, you are starting business and your current 9-to-5 job is already too much for you and you have to quit it, let's say, but still you are sad because you've been earning through that job, let's say, and now you are finishing it, but you are starting at the same time your business, let's say. Or if you are recently became mama or father, then it might be the time when you will go to maternity leave or paternity leave, because that might happen also suddenly. And also, because of your kids, you might need to look after your kids, let's say. In some cases, it might be vice versa. Let's say you've been on maternity leave or paternity leave. Now you will need to go back earning. But I would say in most cases, probably it's vice versa. And the other way around, the first, version. And full moon in the second house might also bring some sort of any other resources, like let's say sources that you earn money might finish here. Let's say you are closing your business. If you've been business owner, now you're closing your business. You have to close your business for some reason. And now you will, let's say, stay without a source of income. You will lose one source of income, let's say. And for some of you who are, let's say, in the creativity area, like actors, dancers, models, in art area, for you guys might be also very sudden and shocking news that you will have to pause, let's say, showcasing your talents, or those talents might not be paying your bills. This might be some sort of a period when you will have a bit of attention around that, around how to make earnings out of your talents, let's say, and hobbies. And there might be, a lot of examples and situations that it might give you, but the point here is that you are some sort of one source of income is closing, for you, even if it's the only one or or the second one. So the point of this full moon is something is finishing in your life, my dear Capricorns. For some of you, it might be totally related to love and romance. You might stop seeing some person around this full moon because there might be some tension between your self-worth, your self-value, your self-respect in that relationship, within that relationship. And you might understand, like, let's say shockingly realize, actually, for yourself, surprisingly, that you don't need this relationship to assert yourself, to love yourself. And it might be a revelation to you that you are fully capable of loving yourself without any relationship, like in that song, of Miley Cyrus, Flowers. There's exactly this full moon, happening in your life, seems like. Now, there might be a lot of like situations, but the main point also, it might be about your kids totally. Like, funding to them would be attention, either their education, either it's their scholarship. For example, they lost their scholarship and there is no funding to their education, or their school fees, let's say. There might be something going on here. Or in some cases, it might be even happy news that you finally close the education loan of your kids. You helped to close it, let's say. You paid out everything, let's say, to the bank or financial institutions or those educational institutions, and you might be happy here. Now, on another part of the sky, there is a bunch of other planets will be arguing with each other, totally not related to full moon, but it's happening on the same day, 19th of August. This 19th of August will be one of a day, let's say. Now, Saturn, planet of work and responsibilities, your ruler, my dear Capricorns, in your house of communication, will oppose Venus. And Venus is the planet of love and beauty. And Venus will be situated in your 9th house of travels and foreigners and immigration house. Now, Saturn will also make disagreement with Jupiter and Mars at the same time. Now, Jupiter and Mars together will be situated in your house of daily work, daily responsibilities, and your job situation, and your well-being and health. Now, Jupiter is the luckiest planet, it's the happy planet, and Mars is the planet of action and desire. It's actually fueling your desire to work right now, expanding your responsibilities at work. It seems like, because Jupiter in 6th house always gives good opportunities for you to find better workplace, better position, and better opportunities to climb the ladder, career ladder in your current job or in your future workplace. It's amazing time for you until next year, June, to seize this opportunity and find that perfect 5-star job for yourself and workplace. And Mars is exactly together with Jupiter right now and giving you that desire, unstoppable desire to find a new job and position for yourself. Now, Saturn, being your ruler, is also the planet of work and responsibilities. You are in general responsible, sign, my dear Capricorns. And it seems like here it might be a little bit of tension here because of some contract between you and your current workplace, let's say. That workplace seems like located in somewhere foreign land, or the headquarters somewhere not in your country, somewhere in a different country. And it seems like there is tension around this contract, around this responsibilities that you have and that they have in front of you, and it might be exactly together coinciding with this full moon. You might be deciding to quit your job, or you might be to change your job, or something might be off about that contract. Either it will be related to relocating somewhere, and it might be also involve your citizenship status, or this resident status. It seems like if you are residing in some country because of your work, then this might pose also a bit of a tension, and you might be worried a bit about this, that you will need this sort of a paper, and you might need to keep this job until you get this citizenship documents or residence permit documents, let's say. Or on another let's say situation, it might be actually that you will have to relocate somewhere else because of a new job, somewhere in a foreign place, and you might need to gather all sorts of documents around this time, and it will give you a bit of a headache, And on another point, you will have a concern of a person that you like, especially those of you who've been dating recently. You will have a concern of the, this relationship status. What will happen to that if you will, let's say, move somewhere because of your work or for work, let's say. Or in some cases, it might be totally about health related, like well-being related. It might be because of your health you might need to move somewhere else, or you might need to consult some other doctors. And there is also possibility about your siblings. If it's not your situation, then it might be that you are concerned about siblings situation, if you have them, your sisters and brothers. Let's say they are finishing their education and now they have to start working, but you are worried if they are successful in their job hunt, let's say. And it might be also like there might be hundreds of situations, my dear Capricorns. I'm trying to give you as much as possible. And during this time, by the way, also it's about travel and long distance and short distance. It seems like you might need to travel here, but at the same time, you won't enjoy this travel for work. You might need to travel for work or because of a health situation of your family member, and specifically your mother, it seems like. If there is this indication, situation that your mom, let's say, needs an operation health-wise, then you might need to travel to your home country. But at the same time, seems like you don't want to travel, but there is this necessity to do so, and there is a huge tension there. Now, whatever will be happening around the end of August, stay positive, my dear Capricorns. Universe has our back, and try to look at the from a brighter side at whatever will be happening there, and try to be philosophical. Universe is always has its own way to teach us a lesson, my dear Capricorns. Now, 22nd of August, we have Sun moving into your 9th house. Is exactly the end of August. Seems like will catch you traveling. You might really travel after 22nd of August or on 22nd of August to far places, somewhere foreign. Or if you are a student, then it might be the time when you will travel to your university or college, or you might get busy with those educational papers, let's say, and all those, things related to institution or like universities and colleges. Now, for some of you, it might be the time dealing with documents like visas, citizenship, and for some of you who are involved in the legal cases, like legal processes, then it might be also time when you will be buzzed by all those papers and cases in the end of August. Now, 28th of August, we have Mercury going direct. And Mercury, after being retrograde for whole 3 weeks, will go direct and always allow it 10 days. So if you have some plans to sign some important papers and contracts to do plastic surgeries or any surgeries and to buy expensive things, try to do it after 10th of September. Allow Mercury 10 days to regain its power, regain its direct motion to the full force, because that's that's called shadow period of Mercury, when Mercury is still a bit weak. It needs around 10 days to come full force, my dear Capricorns. This was your horoscope for August. Stay positive. Stay tuned for September. Love you all, and bye-bye.